What is more metal than seeing a bunch of extreme bands play blistering sets in a literal medieval fortress? One where you can drink absinthe, take pictures with weapons, play video games, watch horror movies, and be surrounded by metalheads and wasteland warriors who escaped from the dungeon. Nothing, that's what. In fact, that sounds like the most metal thing I've ever heard of in my whole life. Well, good news, metalheads. This isn't just some wild fantasy. This is Brutal Assault in Czechia, located in an actual fucking fortress from the 1700s, packed with over 100 of the most extreme metal bands. Brutal Assault is a festival I've gotten many requests to cover, and is one that I often hear is the best in all of Europe. I haven't been to Brutal Assault yet, unfortunately, stupidly of me, but a lot of my friends did go a few weeks ago, and every single one of them only had amazing things to say. So headbang the like button, stage dive onto the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. And if you're a fan of my channel, consider becoming a member. Memberships start at just 99 cents a month, come with some really cool perks, and each one really helps me toward my goal of world domination. And with that being said, let's talk about the badass that is Brutal Assault. Located in, there. Brutal Assault is 4 days, 4 stages, 150 heavy as fuck bands, all wrapped in one of the sickest and unique festival locations out there. This isn't a festival for you soft people out there who think metal's heaviest album in history is Saint Anger. Brutal Assault is brutal. Look at this lineup. It's like a buffet of brutality. You want to see death metal for 4 days straight? Brutal Assault's got you. Black metal with absinthe? Brutal Assault. Thrashing after slamming cheap Czech beers? Brutal Assault. Need some ambience in a dungeon to work off all the headbanging? Brutal Assault. Like Bloodstock, Brutal Assault is another festival that's perfectly sized. Several thousand headbangers attend, so you can be immersed in a metal armada during bands, with some insane crowds. But thankfully the festival isn't so big where you'll need a shuttle or a horse just to get around. At Brutal Assault, it's easy to get anywhere you want to go, from the stages to the exhibits and back to your tent. No hiking through mud for 4 days just to grab your jacket. At Brutal Assault, you can be as wild or as relaxed as you want to be. Endless mosh pits, headbanging, windmilling, and whatever other wild things can happen when you chug a can of cheap beer in the Chechen sun during municipal waste. But when you do need to take a break and sit down and try not to pass out, there are plenty of seating areas all throughout the festival for you. Right in front of the 2 main stages is this hill, giving fans a place to relax while still having great views of the shows. You could pretty much post up here all day and just watch bands on these 2 stages and have a great time and hardly move, except to get more drinks. There's also plenty of seating areas scattered throughout the fortress, so you're never too far away from somewhere you can pass out at. Also, since it takes place in such an awesome fortress, there's plenty of places to get out of the weather and still be able to drink and enjoy the unique atmosphere of Brutal Assault. Is it raining? Who cares? Go inside the dungeon and get some absinthe. And there's a lot of really cool shit here you won't find at other festivals. Nothing goes together quite like blast beats, wine, art exhibits, and torture dungeons. I've been to plenty of festivals that are really unique and have awesome setups, but an extreme metal festival in a stone fortress is one of the coolest things I could possibly think of. It's even got its own little movie theater for horror movies. Great place to leave your friends when they're passed out drunk and they won't know where they are when they wake up. Since I haven't been to Brutal Assault yet, which is dumb of me, I asked my friends who went this year and blasted their pictures all over social media for me to be jealous of. Something everyone praised about the festival was how well organized it was. And that's a sentiment I saw being shared all over their social media. The festival is completely cashless, and apparently it was very easy and convenient to add money to your account. No waiting in lines for hours, missing bands so you can buy a damn beer. Plenty of bathrooms available, some for a small fee, but men going to Brutal Assault have the privilege of getting to piss right next to the main stages, which is kinda gross. I'm told that the bars there had many different types of beers available, and something everybody keeps highlighting is the food being amazing. Tons of amazing options from different food trucks, whether you're a vegan, carnivore, or somewhere in between. A festival with actual good food does sound pretty amazing, I gotta say. Another positive many people mentioned is Brutal Assault's cup system, where you have to pay a small fee to get a cup for your drinks, and if you lose it, you gotta pay for another one. Because of this, there's very little empty cups littered around the festival grounds. Because believe it or not, metalheads can sometimes be respectful. Mainly all my friends talked about what an amazing time they had and how much they love the festival. Many of them said Brutal Assault is their favorite festival in all of Europe, even beating out the big players like Hellfest. And it's easy to see why. Everything is easy to get to, it's relaxed and intense, offers everything a metalhead could possibly ask for, and has one of the most unique and badass atmospheres of any metal festival out there. People did mention that the festival can get pretty hot though, since it takes place in the beginning of August. August, so keep that in mind while you're binging glasses of wine in between bands. We all know how well black metal fans and the sun go together. Brutal Assault is at the top of my list for festivals I want to try to go to next year, as it just looks so cool and so much fun. To get to Brutal Assault, you'd get yourself to Czechia. The closest airports are either Prague, or Wrocław, Katowice, or Krakow in Poland. You don't know how many times it took me to try to say that as an American. From there, you take the train to, these stations, where once you arrive, there should be shuttle buses to the festival. Or you could just drive yourself there while headbanging the entire way to arrive at possibly the sickest metal festival out there. Brutal Assault is the prime heavy metal party, honoring the underground and giving fans of extreme music an experience they'll never forget unless they spend too much time in the absinthe bar. An exhilarating, metallic celebration held in one of the most appropriate settings ever for a metal summer camp. Brutal Assault is a festival I'm definitely going to try to go to next year. And if you're like me and want to hang out with friends in a stone pub and watch some horror films before breaking your neck in a mosh pit, then hopefully I'll see you there. Have you been to Brutal Assault? Do you have any awesome stories, or think it's the best, or do you think it's just okay? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, maybe one day I'll get to play there with my band Dark Insanity. Check us out on Instagram and here on my YouTube channel. We're getting ready to record our first songs, and we're playing the Tulminator Festival next year in Slovenia. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider liking and sharing the video, and maybe even subscribing. Those things really help out your favorite YouTubers. If you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member. Different options are available here on the main page. Any and all of those are greatly appreciated. And shout out to my first Rockstar members, Scars of Oblivion from Spain. Go check out those guys. They have a kick-ass album out. Thank you guys for the support. Check out my live streams, Why It's Metal Podcast, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. California time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.